Hello there guys, and welcome back to Emin's LEGO channel, and today we have episode 4 of building Tatooine in LEGO. So before I can even start building this week, I have to get this table cleaned off, because I have remnants from my clone army set up, I have my gunship here, I've got LEGO everywhere, and I just have to get this all cleaned up, and then I'll come back to you then. So I've got the table all cleared off now, and I've also set my mock back up. And in addition to that, I've also finished putting tan parts on this side and covered up the small sections of white and gray that were still exposed. So this side is now completely covered in tan parts, and it's looking as good as ever. So there's still a couple of minor details that I have to fill in here, a couple of small things to touch up, which I'll do momentarily. But yeah, this is starting to look really, really good. So I've made a few small minor changes to the mock just now. I've filled in a little bit of space over here. I've lowered the level of this to give it a little bit of surface on top, maybe to put a battle droid or something on. Also make it a little bit more consistent with the rest of the mock, as well as I've also filled in a couple of spaces on this. So you probably can't notice that there's actually a difference on this side over here, and that's the goal. You're not supposed to notice that there was a difference. So I just filled in a couple of spots, made it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And that was really all I wanted to do just there. I also collected all of the vehicles and Republican Separatist figures that I'm going to be using. So it's a pretty substantial Separatist force, and the clone army is pretty small in comparison. That's why I'm going to be getting more of these. And I also have a couple more clone troopers coming in the mail, possibly even more coming after that. So there's going to be more additions to the Republic army on this side to equal things out a little bit, but for now, this is what we got. So I've been looking through my collection to find parts for a second ATRT, and I was able to get the main body almost done, as well as one part for the legs. And I also converted this BARC speeder into 501st blue markings, so it fits more with the rest of the theme of the mock, because it's 501st versus the droid army, so I figured I'd make it blue and gray. And I think it looks really good. It actually, if anything, looks better than it did before and more accurate, because I've had different pieces in like bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and in blue to work with than in red. And it's also got the higher footprint than it used to, more similar to the 501st BARC speeder from the 501st Battle Pack. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with how my 501st army is starting to take shape. It's still not very big, not much bigger than it was last time I updated that. Droid army is still big as ever, but hopefully I have more figures coming in soon. Probably by Wednesday is when I'm going to be having my next figure come in, maybe even earlier, who knows. So I found that since I didn't have the right leg pieces to make another version of this ATRT, I thought that I would do brick-built legs with hinge pieces and see how it looked. And it's actually not that bad. So this design is a first version of it, and it looks a little bit wonky from the front, but yeah, I'm not sure which design I like better. I'm going to possibly play around with this design a little bit more. I'm still kind of leaning towards this one, but I do like how this one looks from the side. It is also easier to pose, which is another positive. So yeah, you guys tell me in the comments which version or which design you like better. So I actually modified the design yet again to be kind of a combination of the best aspects of the two models. So yeah, I was also able to build 2 of them this time, so now I have 2 ATRTs for this. And this one does have slightly longer feet than this one does. I might change that in the future, I don't know for sure, but I at least have 2 ATRTs now. And still have my BARC speeder over here, and in order to build this I actually had to vandalize my poor 212 Swamp Speeder. I'll be rebuilding that as soon as I can, but in the meantime the parts are in here, and yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to get these 2 built. So I finalized the design of these walkers and of the BARC Speeder, and I think I'm going to start setting up the Republic forces on this side. Okay, so I've got the clone troopers set up on this side, and this is just a temporary setup. This is by no means what the final battle scene is going to look like. And I've just realized that I have to move everybody back here to not upset the balance, because as you can see, this hill over here, it looks deserted because all the clone troopers are at the front just below it. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna move the 501st line back a bit. Is probably what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna see how that looks just now. So I've set up the troopers a little bit further back, and I'm liking this a lot better. So I'm still going to have more troopers to fill in this area just a little bit more, but so far I'm really liking how this is looking. So I think this is what I'm going to be doing when I actually set the mock up. But for now, I think I'm going to take these guys off, just in case I want to do any more work on this side. So I thought that I would set up the droid army to see just how big it is, and it turns out I actually had no idea how large my droid army was. So this is giant. It occupies a full base plate, and even then some. It's creeping onto this side over here. So this could work because the clone army is going to be so far back here, but it still does seem like a lot of battle droids and droid vehicles. I might have to thin this out a little bit. I'm not sure for now, but for now I'm going to take this off. And yeah, I'm glad I figured that out now. So I kind of forgot to record just there, but a giant package from Bricklink just came in, and it came with all these parts for Tatooine, as well as a bunch of figures for it as well. So this is what you saw in haul video number 4, link up in the card right now. And yeah, I'm gonna get building with these. So I've got the mock out, and I'm about to begin work on it, and I've also got all my vehicles set up in their positions over here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna put this plate right about here. So yeah, I just bought this plate mostly because it would cover a lot of space, and I knew it would, and that's why I got it. Okay, so the base plate is officially on, and only time will tell if it will actually come off again. I'll find out when this mock is fully finished, and when it's about to be taken apart, whether or not this plate is ever going to be lifted off the base plates. So now that that's on, I'm probably going to start filling in some more of this space here with some of my 4x4 plates that I got that are right here. And yeah, I'm going to start filling in some more space now. So I've already used up all of my 4x4 plates, as well as a bunch of my 2x4s and some other smaller plates. And it's only covered a very small area. So I don't think I'm going to work on any of this area over here, all this gray area that's left. I'm not going to be working on that with the parts I have. I'll wait till I have some 4x6s and stuff like that to actually get some work done on that. In the meantime, I'll probably start working on the terrain of this. Before I do anything on the physical hill itself, I'm going to finish this border in a time-lapse, which you'll see momentarily, but I'm just going to be using white brick to fill most of this up, then I'll top it with the tan 2x6 bricks that I got. And yeah. So the reason I've started using white is because it'd cost way too much to get a whole bunch of these, and I already have a lot of white. So you'll see that right now. So the borders of the mock are now all done, and there's nothing left that needs to be covered in bricks now. It's only going to be plates and detail work. Something that I've been wanting to get done for a while, and I'm glad I finally did it. So the terrain is turning out pretty good over here. It's only a start so far, and I still got a long way to go, but it's going really well. I'm really liking how it is looking. I'm probably going to be able to finish the slope with the bricks I've got here, possibly even start this area. But I'm not going to have enough large surface area plates like these 4x6s. I'm not going to have enough of those to cover this whole thing. However, this is going to do pretty well in the meantime. So I've just now finished sculpting up this side of the sand dune, and I've also started working on this dune over here. So I'm really satisfied with how both are looking so far. This one not really because I haven't done anything to it, but this one over here I'm really happy with. It's looking somewhat organic. There's some variance in the layering on it, but it looks like a sand dune, nice and smooth. So I'm probably going to end this episode off here, as I've made a good amount of progress on the mock, and I don't really have materials to do anything else, and it's Wednesday night, so that's really all I need. So this week we have made a lot of progress on the mock. It's taking shape significantly. I started filling in the base quite a bit. This side is completely done. This side over here, not completely done, but it's almost done. The middle is I still need more parts to fill this in. A lot of what next week is going to be, if I get an order in next week, I'll finish filling in this area here, and I'll finish the top section of this, and then I'll be putting the figures on, and that's pretty much it for this MOC. So there's probably going to be 2 more episodes left of this series, but at that point it's going to be done. I'm honestly really excited to get this done, but kind of sad that the series is almost over already. So yeah, that is going to do us for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Comment what you thought of this in the comments below, and if you have any questions, just ask them in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.